by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we're so grateful for your many blessings. And this last weekend, as we celebrated the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the birth of our country, many, many blessings that we've seen all across our country in all these years. We thank you for the freedoms that we enjoy and the many blessings that you've provided, and not only for our country, but for our city. We ask now that you would bless our gathering tonight, give us wisdom and discretion and good conversation for you to guide our decisions. Be with us tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will call this meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Here.
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
We have a quorum. The first item on the agenda is open forum, and I believe Sander wishes to say something regarding the air show.
Hi there, good evening, I guess. Sander, airport manager. We had the air show, and it was fantastic, and I just wanted to say thank you for your support. It was amazing. Everything worked out perfectly well. Thanks for your help specifically, and anybody that helped personally, fantastic. It was an amazing turnout. The weather cooperated. Almost briefly it didn't, but it did. And it was everything was good. So I just wanted to say thank you. I appreciate all of you a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sander.
Thank you.
Yeah, we thank you.
It was a good day, and I think the part to emphasize was both community support. A lot of local vendors supported the event, and that made the opportunity for it to be free to the citizens of not just Fergus Falls, but about 50% of the people came from Fergus Falls, and 50% did not. They came from out of town. So that's a positive thing. So thank you. Any other open forum items, Lisa?
Yes. Yes, please.
Go on.
Good evening, Your Honor, and council members and city staff. I'm Lisa Workman, the president of the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce. Of course, I'd like to cordially invite you to several ribbon cuttings that the chamber will be co-hosting the month of July, including the new building inspector's office at the Fergus Falls Fire Department. We'll be celebrating that on July 20th. Also want to let you know, you and residents of Fergus Falls throughout Ottertail County, that we are hosting a Run for Rural Candidate Workshop. It's a free workshop on Wednesday, August 5th. It is for anyone who is currently in office, thinking about running for office, has already filed for office, and that would be for any public serving office, including city council, township boards, school board, county commissioners. Some of those filings have already closed, but this is a great workshop where you can learn a little bit more about what those expectations are. It's on Wednesday, August 5th. It's free. You can register on our website at fergusfalls.com. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me, but we do need folks to step up like you all have, and thank you for that. We appreciate your service to our community, and we encourage others to get involved and make things happen in our community. So thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. Anybody else? If not, then we will move on to the first item of the agenda, which is the approval of the agenda. Would somebody care to? Yeah. In addition to the already kind of discussed closed meeting on labor negotiations, we will also be including, under Minnesota Statute 13D.05 sub 3B, to discuss threatened litigation. With that amendment, would somebody care?
I'll offer that.
Thank you, Laura.
I'll second.
Thank you, Jim. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda is approved. The first item on the agenda is a public hearing for Good Neighbors Business Subsidy, a resolution approving a $150,000 IRP loan to Good Neighbors Properties / The Cottage LLC. This is being submitted by both Clara Beck and James Lehman. Is one of you wish to speak to it a little?
Thank you, Mayor. Happy to do a quick introduction before the public hearing. This is a case that Business Development for Fergus Falls worked on over the course of several meetings. The cottages here in Fergus Falls is up on the Kirkbride campus. It was open in 2023 and through most of 2024 as an assisted living facility. They ran into some issues with licensing, not necessarily due to anything on their end of things, but just the state's understanding of the project and the historical nature of the building posed some problems. They did have help from the legislature to ensure that they could reopen as assisted living. They have since regained their licensure, working with a different management company, but we're looking for some working capital as they get back up and running. They approached Business Development for Fergus Falls for a $250,000 loan. After a lot of discussion, a lot of back and forth, we had them come to at least one Business Development for Fergus Falls meeting, went through lots and lots of different paperwork just to try to get all of our ducks in a row. Business Development for Fergus Falls ultimately decided that they would offer a $150,000 loan to the cottages for a 24-month term with a 5.5% interest rate, requiring personal and corporate guarantees, a life insurance assignment to the city, and monthly financial reporting, rent rolls, job creation reports, and subordinate debt reporting for the term of the loan, just so that we're kept in the loop for regarding how things are going with the reopening, staffing, et cetera. So that is the background. Councilmember Kildee sits on Business Development for Fergus Falls. James, who's here in the audience, has been part of the discussions as well. So if you have any questions about how discussions went with Business Development for Fergus Falls, we're happy to address those. Otherwise, the subsidy rules require that there be a public hearing to allow the public a chance to comment on the subsidy going to the business. And that is all I've got.
We will open the hearing. If any member of the audience wishes to ask or talk to this, please step forward to the lectern, state your name and the city in which you live. Don't all rush to the podium. That's because everybody's at home wanting to watch the US play soccer. So we will close the public hearing. So it will bring it back to council if somebody would like to make that resolution.
I'll offer that.
Thank you, Laurel.
I'll second.
Thank you, Scott. Any discussion of the council?
Yeah, Your Honor, I appreciate it. I appreciate Mrs. Beck and Dr. Lehman working through this project. One of the things that I think might be beneficial to know from a council standpoint, I've got two questions. Does this project hinge on this BDFF loan, or does this just assist them in doing this project?
Yeah, thank you, Councilmember Mortensen. At this point, they have reopened. They are hiring for the business. So I think it is safe to say that kind of regardless of the outcome of the loan, they are making steps to reopen at full capacity. However, they do need the money to help get them through. There are discussions that we've had with them surrounding the way that reimbursements work in the state of Minnesota, where they will have a gap in what's coming in versus the services that they're providing. That's what this money is meant to cover. So it is necessary, however, they have opened.
Okay, I appreciate that. I think one of the other things, too, is that I think might be important for the community to hear is, do you know the number of jobs that are going to be created like this? It was in our packet, but I think the community should hear what that is.
33 full-time and 12 part-time.
Yeah, and I think as a council member in the city, to see a BDFF loan for $150,000 to secure 33 jobs in our community is a huge win for this city.
Just one question again for you probably. And again, this is probably more for everybody's help in understanding it. when you have information such as rent rolls, financial reporting, job creation reports, subordinate debt reporting, that kind of terminology included as a part of getting a loan, to what degree is that common? You know, for the next guy that comes and sees, oh, am I going to have to go through all that? I'm not going to even apply. Or, oh, that's normal, no problem. I don't really know how to measure that from someone looking for a loan.
Yeah, I'll let you jump in. It's not as normal. It is something that is more specific to this loan, but it's not unheard of. We have also required it from other applicants.
Our chair is Jeff Stanislawski with the banking background, and we feel like in this situation, they're providing the same documentation to their bank for the other financing, and so it's not work they're doing just for us. Okay. And so that went into the conversation too. Is that fair representation?
Yeah, there have been other instances where we've had loans where we've required either quarterly reporting or like annual reporting, just which would be outside of what they would be doing for their bank necessarily, but it was something that was requested. But we're always upfront about what we're looking for when somebody's applying.
Well,
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Clarebeck, is this a full draft up front, a full draw of the 250 or whatever the limit is, or is this a draw loan where they demand it because of their expenses and then they pay down as they get reimbursed?
No, they will be getting the 150 up front. It's a 150 loan.
Okay, so it's on an installment basis regardless of their cash flow?
Correct. They're coming in, they will get the loan. They are not seeking reimbursement from the city. Because it's a working capital loan, so we're offering them the money.
As you earlier explained, I thought it was a draw loan where, okay, I'm going to pay my bills, I'm waiting 90 days for the state. Once I get those monies back, I'll pay down.
No, the working capital loan is to bridge the gap that they will have for several months while they wait for reimbursement from the state for their clients in the building.
Yeah, thank you very much.
yeah, I think in the loan document it says why is the subsidy needed. Its operating capital is needed to help bridge the financial gap, covering initial restart up and stabilization of projected first-year operating losses, including labor benefits, supplies, utilities, and insurance. With that, roll call.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is the awarding of bids, a resolution awarding the bid for PI 5376, the De Lagoon Park Road project to Ferguson Brothers in the amount of $471,508.90. And I will call upon the man that's already at the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. So the project for the De Lagoon Park roadway project, this is for repairing the roadway through the park. The existing asphalt road is broken up. We've got some spots in there where we're going to patch and do a complete replacement. And then once we're done with that patchwork, then we'll come in and do a complete overlay of the road. So we'll have a nice new road out at the park now. The project, just so you know, the way it was put together and designed is that based on just the activities that are going on this summer, we're not going to start that project until towards the end of August to let some of those activities get through, and then we'll be able to get out there and do the work on the roadway. So we opened bids on that project. We got 4 bids from Ferguson Brothers, Mark Lee Construction, Mark Sand and Gravel, and Central Specialties. And as you can see, the low bidder was at $471,500, and they ranged all the way up to just over $625,000. The engineer's estimate on the project was $608,000. So today we're recommending award of that contract to Ferguson Brothers in the amount of $471,508.90.
Would somebody care to make
I'll
that
offer
resolution?
that.
Thank you, Jim. Would somebody care to second it?
Again.
Thank you, Laurel. Any discussion?
Your Honor, I appreciate it. Mr. Meyer, I appreciate your work on it. Again, we're seeing a bid come in 130, 140,000 below what the engineer's amount is. And they're quite a bit lower than the other ones around it a little bit. And then we're starting to see some change orders on the other projects that were low, Cavour and Cleveland and different things. Can you explain to me why you think they're so low compared to the ones around it? I mean, 140,000 on a project, and then we see change orders kind of come after the fact. Do you think the two, I know the concrete downtown is a different deal, but do you think the two are connected at all? We come in with a low bid and we get change orders, or is it just kind of the way it's rolling?
No, I don't think it is associated with that. I think we went through the whole scenario with Cavour. The one on Cleveland, that was strictly, most of that was, city type issues with the infrastructure. This one here, as you can see, there are two of those bids that are, fairly close. Our engineer's estimate, when you look at all of the bids, we are in the middle of them, maybe towards the high side on this one. But I always just remember, when we do our estimating, if I have a number of bids, our goal with our estimating is to be in the middle of those bids. I do not want to come to you with a low bid, and now those estimates in those bids are coming in higher than what I told the city it's going to be. So the way that we estimate, we're averaging those bids out. That's our goal. Now, in different scenarios, every contractor is different when they put a bid, depending on what they have gotten or what their work schedule is looking like for the summer. So it's tough to say what those are. What I look at when we have these low bids is, do we have a responsible bidder that does this work and can get the work done?
And how do you determine that, a responsible bidder? How do you go about that?
We look at work that they have done in the past, and we look at, who their subcontractors are, just looking at the work that they've done in the past.
I think what is interesting on this is that if you look at mobilization, that ranges from $10,000 to $75,000. And then if you look at Class 5, for the same cubic yards, it's a range from $37 a cubic yard to $115 a cubic yard.
Yeah, when you start looking at each individual item, contractors can play games with the bid to put their money in different places throughout the project, depending on when they get it and when they're going to plan to do the work. So, when you start looking at each individual bid, now it ranges even more. Yeah,
so I think it's kind of always interesting, but equally, it's what work they've got in the area and what access they've got and how far they've got to transport it.
True.
So.
I do know that the Ferguson bid does have a local subcontractor that's going to be doing a lot of the work.
Yeah. With that, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. The next item is a resolution awarding the bid for the Freiburg to Pebble Lake Road project to Ferguson Asphalt Paving, Inc. in the amount of $1,494,720.47. And again, I will call upon Kyle.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. This project is what I'll call an overlay project. So we're going to mill the top section of the road off and put a new section of asphalt on top of it. And that work will all be completed on Freiburg and on Pebble Lake Road. This project is a federally funded project with all grant money coming to do the work. So we opened bids on this project. Had three bidders, Ferguson Asphalt Paving, Marks Sand and Gravel, and Central Specialties, with Ferguson Asphalt being the low bidder at $1,494,000, and the bids ranged all the way up to $1,951,000. The preliminary engineer's estimate was at $1,865,000. So we are recommending award to Ferguson Asphalt Paving for their low bid of $1,494,720.47.
Would somebody care to make that resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Jim.
I'll second that.
Thank you, Laura. Any discussion of Kyle? I think it's good. It's a federally funded project, so that's always good when it's not our money. With that, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. The next item on the agenda is a resolution awarding the bid for the 2026 pavement maintenance, runway 1735 and taxiway B project to Asphalt Technologies Corp., contingent on reception of the FAA or receipt of the FAA grant award. Again, over to Kyle.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. This project obviously is a project out at the airport doing pavement repairs. So they'll be doing some crack joint sealing, some paving on this project. The project received 3 bids from Aztec, Struck and Irwin Paving, and Farner Asphalt Sealers. So bids ranged from $84,000 to $122,000. Again, this project is being funded through mostly a 95% grant through the FAA and the state. And so SEH was the one that did the bid on this, and they are recommending award to Aztec for $84,105.
Would somebody care to
I'll
make
offer that.
Thank you, Laurel.
I'll second.
Thank you, Scott. This was basically this project was, didn't get done with the last pavement maintenance because of the overall airport master plan that got in place, but was obviously approved by FAA. And this is a project that's going to cost the city $2,820. So another good use of United States dollars to our airport. With that, roll call.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. The next resolution is equally to the airport, a resolution awarding the bid for the 2026 airfield signage replacement project to Otter Electric LLC, contingent upon receipt of the FAA grant award.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. Again, another project out at the airport. This project is to repair and clean up and replace some of the signage out at the airport. We had 3 bids on this bid opening: Otter Electric, ATC Electric, and PEC Solutions. The low bidder was Otter Electric at $107,844, and the bids ranged up to $161,500. So we are recommending award of a bid to Otter Electric in the amount of $107,844. And again, down at the bottom of your packet, $3,500, 2.5% of the city funds will be going to do this project. The rest is all grant.
Thank you. Thank you. Are you?
I'll make a
offering-
motion.
Resolution, Laurel.
Resolution.
Would somebody care to second it?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jim. Go for it, Laurel.
The engineering costs on these, I recognize not going to you, we have a different airport engineer, are a higher percentage than maybe we're typically used to seeing. Can you talk a little bit about, is that appropriate? Are you comfortable with those numbers? Because it's just a higher number than what we typically see.
Right. So when you say higher number, from more engineering, when we do your projects and we're doing all, a large quantity of projects, we have worked out a contract
Right.
to do that. So these numbers are well within
Normal
an
range.
acceptable
Okay.
range for sure. Yep.
Okay, thank you. That's what I wanted to know.
And again, when this is signage, this is the signs that are like the yellow signs on runways that have like the numbers on. This isn't a beacon sign saying Fergus Falls Airport. This is kind of signage within the airfield itself. With that, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Where
we
Jumped the
at?
gun, sorry.
Where are we at? Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. There are no petitions and communications. The consent agenda is a motion approving the minutes from the open and closed June 15th, 2026 City Council meeting and the July 1st, 2026 Committee of the Whole meeting. Motion approving licenses A resolution certifying election judges for the August 11, 2026 primary election. Resolution approving change order number 1 in the amount of $148,981.74 for PI 5966, the Cavour Avenue project. A resolution approving change order number 1 in the amount of $37,725.45 for PI 5964, the Cleveland Avenue project. And a resolution approving change order number 1 in the amount of $32,627.50 to address drainage issues on Summit Avenue between North Oak and Broadway. Would somebody care to make that resolution?
I'll offer that.
Thank you, Laura. Would somebody care to second it?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jim. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. The next item on the agenda is the first reading ordinance 80, 8th series, rezoning the property located at 1701 West Lincoln Avenue from R4 to B2.
I'll offer that.
And that is introduced by Laurel Kildee. I think that's all we have to do this evening, isn't it?
Introduce it,
Yep. Yep. The next item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing read-only access to the city's online invoice system. I think our financial director, Bill Sumner, will address this.
Thank you, Your Honor, City Council. We talked about this at our council staff retreat. That was brought up, a request of read-only access to our accounting system to view copies of invoices. So we talked about that then on last Wednesday as well. We can make that happen for you, and there is no cost to the city for adding that. So it's up to you if that is your wish to do that. I had explained on Wednesday morning that we did do this for our auditors when they were in this year. Historically, we would pull invoices for them because our auditors do disbursement testing, it's called. They check our invoices, check our approval processes. They were able to do that this year through that. But if you go this route, you would have access to view invoices, like what's on the resolution of accounts. We would probably set up, 2-3 training sessions that you could come to one of those to learn how to do that, because you'd go in and you'd look up by vendor probably. You'd type in the vendor you're looking for and hit a search button, and then you go down and find that invoice. Doing that, you would also have access to see prior invoices, just so you know it's what's in the system by that vendor is what you would see. So I'll stop there, let you have discussion. So,
Would somebody care to make that resolution? Mark?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Would somebody care to second it?
No second.
No. We can give it to Scott. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 The resolution is approved. The next item on the agenda is a resolution adjusting the placement of the resolution of accounts on future council agendas. And this was over to Bill.
okay.
I don't have to say
And this was part of the memo as well. It's come up a couple times in the past. If you as a council wanted to move that under consent agenda, I preface this with saying it does not matter to me where you place that on the agenda, because I'm here to have the bills paid no matter how you do it. So it's up to you. It's for you if you want to do that. For streamlining your meeting, you can always pull them off the consent agenda. But if you choose to keep where it is, we know how to do that too. That's what we've been doing. So it's up for your discussion.
Would somebody care to make that resolution? We can fail it if that's what people want, but somebody has to introduce it so we can discuss it.
I'll offer that.
Thank you, Laura. Would somebody care to second it?
I'll second.
Thank you, Scott. Discussion?
I just think that if we keep it the way that we have it, we're a little bit more open to public questions regarding, bills that come up. So that's my concern, is if we don't keep it where it's at, we're not as inviting to public questions. And I know that's not the intention whatsoever.
Yep.
I would echo that.
Anybody else got any other comments?
Mr. Sonmore, why would we not have it? What's the purpose of not having it
Not having it,
on the agenda and part of what we see?
putting it in the consent agenda.
I think it got
Mayor,
brought up,
go ahead.
It got brought up in discussion about just streamlining the agenda, and and that was kind of an item that, in general, it's very rare that somebody questions anything on it, and so it would have been just for that purpose. But as everybody says, it doesn't make any difference. But on the days when Jim is not here, it's hard to find somebody to make the motion or the resolution to pay the bills.
Your Honor, then my question for you would be, you're still going to have it in the packet so I can read through all
Oh,
of that?
absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. The full list of accounts, even though we are going, we're allowing obviously council members to view invoices, the list that is in your packet today will remain in the packet.
So you're just looking to move it to the consent agenda out
Yep.
of the regular?
Yep.
I don't have an issue with that.
I mean, so it's still there, and if somebody has a question or a comment, they can pull it off the consent agenda.
Yeah, because
But-
that list of bills is an official resolution record paying those bills. So we want you to have that list of bills in your possession so you can see that to know what you're approving. Because then it's an actual resolution that we keep in our permanent record.
As we move forward with the opportunity for council to look at the bills, I hope that there's more conversation. I can't support this motion. I'd like to keep it where it is. Thank you.
Any other comments? If not, roll call, please.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes?
No.
So that's
Fails.
it's
Needs
fails.
5 yes votes.
Yep. So
Okay.
so basically, it will remain in the place it's at. The next item is presentation of claims in the amount of $4,592,250.75. Mark, would you like to approve that resolution?
I haven't had the opportunity to review all the invoices, but I'm more than welcome to.
Thank you, Mark. Would somebody care to second it? No, Jim, you don't have a job anymore.
Yes, I do, because it failed, so.
Would somebody care to second it?
I'll second it.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, just one question on it. It just happens tonight that I ran into something on there that I don't usually see. There was a bill in there for $500 and some to the Poor Farm Cemetery or whatever that was. What's our connection as a city to that? And I'm not worried about the money. It's absolutely nothing out of $4 million. It's just what's our connection and commitment to that?
I'm going to look, because the vendor was Poor Farm, right?
Yep.
That is actually the company that does the custodial services for the police department,
Oh, okay.
right?
All
Is that right?
That's their LLC.
That's their LLC name.
Okay.
The reason I asked that, because the first time I saw it, I had the same question as you. I'm like, what is this? So, yep. So they're the cleaning service. Good question.
And we would like to keep them poor.
Oh.
We're looking after the
Lynn,
taxpayer
strike that
money.
from the minutes.
With that, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 The resolution to pay the bills is approved. There is no old or unfinished business. There is no new business. Under miscellaneous announcements on July 14th to the 28th, following up a little bit on what Lisa brought to the open forum, City Council candidate filing period will open, and that can be done at City Hall during business hours. July 15th at 7 o'clock, there will be a committee of the whole. And July 16th at 6:45, the George B.W. Wright Statute 100th anniversary celebration will take place. July 20th at 5:30, City Council meeting will take place. On July 25th, there will be Santa Splash downtown, and there is the opportunity to, as much as there are donkeys, we need donkeys. There's people that want to throw balls to be the dunker, but I will be promoting and asking members of the public, particularly like coaches and things like that, to come forward in the spirit of the FIFA World Cup that's taking place in the United States of America. The girls' high school soccer team will help man the dunking tank, and we will be seeking people to be dunked. We're looking for about 3 people per hour for 6 hours, so about 18 to 20 people to be dunked. There'll be places to sign up, so look out for that. So we're looking at 20 to 30 minute slots. I have agreed to be dunked if somebody is obviously good enough shot. So with that, we will be adjourning to a closed meeting to discuss labor negotiation strategy as allowed by Minnesota Statute 13D.03, as well as threatened litigation under Minnesota Statute 13D.05, sub 3B. I don't think it is not our intention to open the meeting afterwards. Thank you. This portion of the